Welcome back to Fork This City, episode 18, and today we're taking you on a ride through the East Village that somehow goes from Philly grit to Scandinavian sugar real quick. First stop, we're forking into Danny Coop's, the Philadelphia-style cheesesteak spot that's been absolutely blowing up downtown, co-owned by none other than Bradley Cooper and South Philly legend Danny DiGiampietro. I don't even know if I'm saying his name right. And then we head to Slik, New York City, a Copenhagen-inspired candy and soft serve shop that feels like you just stepped into Europe for a sugar rush. Of course, Gabby's back with another coffee rec to keep you caffeinated while you wait on these lines. Let's get into it. Fork This City, episode 18. I'm your co-host, Josh Einbinder, joined alongside Gabby Martin. Gabby, live episode.
I almost just said thank you for having me here because it was such a good intro. Welcome to our first live episode if you're watching on YouTube. We hope you like our setup. We think this is really legit and exciting. However, Josh, you're not wearing shoes, and I'm noticing this right now. So if you're watching the YouTube, I think we're going to crop it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, welcome to our episode.
A live episode. This is pretty crazy. It did take a lot to get this setup going, and I'm sorry if you're watching or listening and it's not at the standard of, Barstool podcast or anything like that. But hey,
I think it's pretty good.
Low budget. We're a crew of two. Shout out to Eric Einbinder for getting this all set up for us today. Also, shout out to Bob Martin just because. But at the end of the day, we're here. This is our production value, so let's dig into it. We're going to start with Danny's and Coop's. This was part of our East Village, Lower East Village?
East Village.
Yeah, Lower East Village Day a couple weeks ago. I thought there would be a long line at Danny's and Coop's, and really...
It was empty.
It was empty, which I don't know if that's sad or if that's just an indication that it was later in the day.
I'm happy about it. I'm not going to get into if it's sad for the business or not. I guess that is a good thing to think about, but we were so sick of waiting on lines by the time we got here that no line was amazing.
No line was amazing. It's a very small shop. Like, it's very long.
Right.
But I was thrilled not to wait in line. I couldn't have been happier.
And it's funny because on TikTok, every East Village food tour says you need to go to Danny and Coop. So it's not like there's no hype around the place. There's definitely hype.
I mean, Bradley Cooper's Bradley Cooper, right? So
I didn't know he was the owner.
Yes. And I think my personal opinion on celebrity-owned places is like, no celebrity is ever going to convince me to go to their spot unless Michael Jackson was still alive. Then I would do anything. But, well, not anything, but whatever. But the point being that... usually when a celebrity opens a place, I'm not like, ooh, like,
yeah,
wow. I think Bradley Cooper's a very talented actor. I love him in American Sniper, but I'm not like, need to give him my money for a Philly cheesesteak. That said, though,
interesting.
Always saw the hype.
There's a lot of hype.
A lot of hype. And who doesn't love a cheesesteak?
Me.
That's some foreshadowing, actually, because...
I actually have a good review about this place. It's not going to be negative at all, but I'm not a cheesesteak person. I also disagree with you. I think if a big celeb owns it, I actually want to go because I think it's cool.
Really?
Yeah.
I just feel like I think post-pandemic era, whenever celebrities speak up, to me, I'm like, most celebrities are out of touch. I'm sorry if you're listening. It's just true. They're so out of touch. I don't like to...
If Kim Kardashian opened a cafe, I'd want to go.
Yeah. So we got the Philly cheesesteak. We got the peppers on the side because yours truly is very picky and doesn't like peppers. But yeah. Initial impressions.
It's so hard. I don't want to be annoying because I don't like Philly cheesesteak. So for what it was, I really liked it. So Josh has this whole peppers on the side thing. Sorry, for those listening, I don't know where to look right now.
It's fine.
Give some feedback. Should I stay at the camera or Josh?
Because then my leg's up here and okay, we'll include this in the episode.
We should, so you guys can really give us some feedback.
Yeah.
So Josh likes to always get us sandwiches and then we'll say to the waiter, peppers on the side. I'm like, dude, no, I like peppers. So why are we doing that? So you did maybe have insight this time into saying, should we get the peppers on the side? Or were you just saying, no, you said no peppers.
I think I said no peppers.
Kelsey was like, wait, no, we want peppers.
I think peppers are nasty.
Yeah, no, the peppers were the best part of this dish. They were like a spicy, not too spicy, like a sweet and sour pepper. It actually made the sandwich and 5 people shared it. It was large.
Yeah, it was
4 of us were obsessed with the peppers. You can guess who the 5th was.
I did not try the pepper.
It was at the end of our food tour, so I wasn't starving by any means. I had 3 bites, which I feel like is a valid try. You got 1 bite's not enough. You can't have an opinion. A few bites. I think 3 bites was good. I thought it was really good. It was very flavorful, and I loved the peppers. I would eat them plain.
I think the cheesesteak itself was excellent, really, really good. The bread was my favorite part about it, actually. And I think bread is the most important thing in a cheesesteak because you can get good red meat almost anywhere. But My point being is, in general, I've never been wowed by a cheesesteak. I've been to Philly many times. I've had D'Alessandro's, Geno's, Pat's, all the big names.
Go Eagles.
And don't care about football, but sure, go Birds. I think football is incredibly boring.
Just don't watch football. Shout
Yeah.
out to Morgan. Okay.
Shout out Morgan, but football is so boring, and I'm gonna post that because
No,
it
please
puts
don't.
me
We're
to
gonna
sleep.
get hate.
Good. It's very hard to impress me with the cheesesteak, and I feel like this is a recurring trend on this podcast. I'll be like, oh, it's very hard to impress me with X dish, but what's not to like about a cheesesteak? But I'm never going to be like, this is the best cheesesteak of my life. I thought it was really good. Is it worth if there was like an hour-long wait?
No.
No way. But
No.
to go in and only wait, waited like 10 minutes just for them to make the
Yeah, to
sandwich.
make it.
It was perfect. It was really good. If I had that for a lunch or dinner one night, I'd be like, wow, excellent, really good.
Yeah.
Love the onions, love the cheese. And again, the bread was
So that's
delicious.
my take. I guess we've never really talked about it. I don't love cheese.
I think it's more normal to not like peppers than to not like cheese. Like
I
obviously
agree.
if you're
I agree. Like I don't like really talk about it, but I like it on pizza, certain
Yeah.
sandwiches like mozzarella I like.
Mhm.
But like cheese isn't my thing. Like queso
I don't like queso. Queso's nasty.
Like-
The queso at Chipotle is disgusting.
Yeah, you couldn't pay me to eat a cheese stick. Like cheese, cold cheese plain. The only one I will do on a charcuterie board is like brie,
Yeah.
because that's like butter to me.
Mhm.
So like I like steak, but with cheese on it, like really gives me the ick.
Do you have a favorite Bradley Cooper movie?
I'm so glad you asked because I've seen I know who Bradley Cooper is, but if you showed me a picture of a few different celebrities and said name them, I couldn't do it.
Mm.
But isn't he in A Star Is Born?
He is in A Star Is Born.
Yes.
I
He does a deep voice. He's like,
yes.
tell me something, boy.
Yes. Like I mentioned, I like American Sniper. I thought that was his best performance. He put on like 50 pounds of muscle for
I mean,
it.
I'm so proud of myself. I'm so bad with celebrities, but yeah.
In general, I think because they come from the same class of actor, like same era, I like Matthew McConaughey better. I think his performance in Failure to Launch, Interstellar, like those are two all-time movies
I
right
don't
there.
even know what he looks like.
Wolf of Wall Street, that's another one that Matthew McConaughey's in.
I've seen Wolf of Wall Street.
But to close the Danny's and Coops conversation, really good. I
The
enjoyed it.
peppers were so good.
I think that again, these celebrity places, like for example, I saw Gwyneth Paltrow's opening up like one of her chain restaurants on the Upper East Side.
Cool.
If I ever
Who's
get
Gwyneth
there,
Paltrow?
oh God, this one doesn't know movies.
Yeah,
But in general, it's like I don't. If I ever pass it and I try it and I find out it's her restaurant, that's awesome.
Depends on the celebrity that makes me want to go.
Yeah, like
if
I said.
Justin Bieber opened a restaurant, you know there would be lines out the door.
Yeah, like I said, if Michael Jackson was alive and opened up a restaurant, I'd be first in line.
But I will say about Danny and Coop's, the location is great because we then took it to Tompkins Square Park and ate it at the park, and it's
Yes.
such a great day and it's such a vibe.
Yes, yes, it was. And overall, that's Danny's and Coops. I think I give it an 8.9 on Belly, so a pretty good score.
Yeah, I think mine was like maybe 7.8 or an 8.
Oh wow,
But
you went low.
I'm just not a cheesesteak person, so I'm not gonna pretend I am.
Now we're gonna move on to Slik, which is in the same class as
Bon Bon.
Bon Bon, Little Sweet Treat, all those places. Let me tell you something. I love it.
Love Slik.
Yeah, Slik was awesome.
So, long story short, I have the Storytime app, which is the influencer app that essentially I can go do collabs around the city at certain places on a whim. Slik I've seen on it a bunch of times, but I'm not the biggest gummy candy person, so I was always like, whatever. But on this East Village tour day, we happened to walk by and I was like, oh, we should get Slik. They gave me like $25 to spend, which for candy, that's kind of a lot. It is up there with Little Sweet Treat.
I think it's better than Little Sweet Treat because they have ice cream.
Yeah, so I was gonna say that. So they have all of the really good candies Little Sweet Treat has. So I don't know about you, but I remember like when they first opened it, everyone was obsessed with the lips and the hearts. The heart is like a jelly shaped one, or maybe yeah, and the lips was just like a bread gummy. I don't know. They had both of those at Slik, so that's how I know that they know what they're doing. And then they have soft serve.
And Jamie indicates to us that they own the restaurant next door and then the coffee shop on the other side.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a little empire for them over there. Think of the pineapple ice cream that they have, if you're listening, as Dole Whip. It literally is Dole Whip, but better. I thought it was better than the Dole Whip. I was really impressed. And I have to say, I'm not like the biggest ice cream fan if it's not chocolate. I would go back and get that pineapple ice cream flavor again. It was marvelous.
Really, that's the one thing I would like to say. So I got since I had the money to spend, I was like, I'll try the soft serve. I got a vanilla pineapple swirl. Pineapple, I have to really be in the mood for. I feel like I got to be really hot. Pineapple wasn't the flavor I would have liked to have that day, but it was good.
Yeah.
The vanilla was very good.
I didn't have the vanilla, only got the
It
pineapple.
was like it was very sweet. I don't know how to really explain it, but it wasn't just like bland. It had like almost like a marshmallowy taste to it, so I really liked it.
I will say,
They,
Slik, if you're listening, you guys have to start selling waters. That's the
they
one.
didn't have water.
No, I asked, but the person who was working was really nice. He was like, I can get you water from the sink. And I was like,
But that's so
I was like,
nice.
no worries, but water.
Candy. Little Sweet Treat doesn't sell water bottles.
No, they don't.
Bonbon.
But this actually goes into a larger conversation, which might be a topic for a different time, is now that all these places are popping up, I'm not sure how sustainable all of them are. I love Slik
Well,
the
yeah.
best out of the three,
Slik is the best out of the three.
but Lil Sweet Treat now is in LA. I think she has like at least 10
Chicago,
locations.
she's open.
Yeah, and props to you, like good for you. Bon Bon, like all these places, eventually it's just going to be too many, and it's going to be an oversaturated market, and it's going to be like podcasts.
So yeah, Slik, really good. We don't know. The competition's gonna get a little crazy. And I don't know if you've seen this online. A lot of like healthy candy companies are popping up too. I'm starting to notice. So that's a little bit of a trend there. But overall, if you're in the East Village, check out Slik. I want them to do well.
Yeah, love Slik. That pineapple ice cream I'll be dreaming about, and I will be back in the summertime.
And the gummies were the same as Lil Sweet Treat, and they had a chocolate station for the non-gummy people like me. So I got to try some chocolates that were really good.
Very enjoyable. Very good.
So yeah, go to Slik. We would fork, yeah.
Fork, yeah. Major fork, yeah.
Major fork, yeah. Now we're going to talk about coffee, which is my thing. So last time we did Gabby's Coffee Corner, we talked about Blank Street, which is very, very basic. It is not anything specific to New York City. They're in DC. I believe they're in all the Northeast region. Today we're going to be talking about Foreigner, which is on 7th and I believe 21st. Would we say that's Chelsea?
Yeah, that is Chelsea because that's right by my old Simon Grounds, right by the Momoya in Chelsea on 21st in the corner of 7th.
Okay, so I stumbled into Foreigner Coffee with my mom. It actually was on story time. It was like, go check us out. You can get a coffee. Why not? One of the best coffees I've had in New York City. They have all the standard like macchiato, latte, all the plain stuff. And then they had a lot of seasonal flavors, which I'm a sucker for a seasonal flavor. I got the cloud latte, which was like, honestly, just like honey, cinnamon, all the basic sweeteners, like natural sweeteners we like. And then they had a delicious cold foam on top that tasted like dessert. It was like a sea salt cold foam, and it was insane. So once it like the cold foam melted into the coffee, like the salt flavor like got into the coffee, really good. And then I also just got a regular latte for comparison because yeah, the dessert flavor might be really good, but we got to try a regular latte too. I think I added cinnamon, but I think we can let that slide. 10 out of 10. Foreigner, New York City. There was a line, I will say.
A line for coffee doesn't sit great with me.
Yeah, but Blank Street has Starbucks has lines.
Starbucks has lines, that's true.
Yeah, most of the good ones, there's gonna be a few people ahead of you. That's okay. I think I waited 8 minutes. It wasn't crazy.
How do you feel? This is maybe 10 years ago, but how do you feel about the epidemic that was Starbucks intentionally writing names wrong on orders?
Wait, I don't
Really? You don't know about
I
this?
thought they just didn't know how to spell our name.
Oh, no, I think they were doing it on purpose a lot of the time.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really care.
But Foreigner was good?
Foreigner was really good, and I will say they had 2 people working there. It's very tiny, very minimalist vibe, kind of like the Froyo minimalist vibes, like Mimi's vibe. If you're watching, we know the angle's weird, and this video camera keeps following us every time we move. But Foreigner, very minimalist vibes, very much like Mimi's. It was like a block of cement with no decoration.
Pretty much.
That was the vibe. And it was weird. They take your order and then they give it to you before they take the next person's order, which I kind of liked. So you knew you were going to get your drink right when you got to the front. So like you didn't order and then they took the next person, and then you're waiting like 30 minutes. You order, you wait a minute, and you get your drink.
Got it.
So like they were cranking us out,
right?
Which I actually really liked that.
Well, that's Foreigner and Chelsea. And last, I want to end on a game, and this is for you. I want Gabby to blind rank 5 restaurants that I have prepared. So you're not going to know. I'm just going to list 5, and you're going to have to rank them 1 through 5.
I know you made this. You made this really challenging for me on purpose. It's going to be like industry kitchen.
All right, here we go. Number one, KazuNori.
Okay.
Where are you ranking it? 1 through 5?
Oh, I don't know what the other ones are gonna be.
Yeah.
Oh, this is like the TikTok game?
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna tell me all five and then I had to
No,
do it.
no, because then you would know how to rank.
KazuNori, 4.
4,
Yeah, this is a trick game. I sense it.
Chada,
2,
the Smith,
5,
La Pecora Bianca.
3.
You're not gonna like what's going number one.
What is it?
Lilia.
Man, Lily. Oh, I did such a good job.
You were on the right path, but because you were anticipating a trick,
I thought you were gonna say the corner store, and I was like, corner store has to be number one.
it's always smart to save the one spot till the end.
I agree.
But also sometimes you can't be afraid to use that number one spot if you're really adamant about it.
That one was perfect.
It was a good one.
Wow, I didn't realize this was what the game was.
This was the game.
Okay, but now let's talk about those 5, and I'll talk about the real order.
Yeah.
Number 1.
KazuNori.
Shoot. No, not KazuNori.
La Pecora.
Chada.
Yeah, you really like Chada.
Chada is number 1. The pad see ew actually was
It was very good, yeah.
2, KazuNori.
Mm-hmm.
3, I don't remember the places anymore.
La Pecora.
La Pecora. La Pecora actually goes at number 2, KazuNori 3.
And then it's the Smith or Lilia.
Lilia the Smith. And I doubled down on this.
Obviously, my order would be, I've never been to KazuNori, so everyone has to take that with a grain of salt. 1 would be Lilia, 2 would be Chada, 3 would be KazuNori, because I'm sure I would like it. And
Really?
say it. 4 is La Pecora Bianca, and 5 is the Smith. I think the Smith is disgusting. Even worse.
Actually not bad at all.
It's fine for like if you are meeting a friend or whatever, but I think it's disgusting in the sense that it's like there's so many restaurants like that in New York. Why do you don't go to the
Yeah, if you have like a work thing there, it's actually great.
I've never had a work thing.
I have, and I got like a salmon salad, and there's like a $35
It's
salad,
expensive.
and that would make me so mad.
The
Like,
hamburger was expensive there too.
also, we gotta talk about KazuNori.
Yeah.
Josh like won't try it.
It's not that I won't
Just
try
because
it.
I want him to try it. Like,
Gabby-
it's almost a sibling thing where I'm like, you have to go, so you purposely are not gonna go now.
Gabby is peer pressuring me into trying it, and I will try it eventually. But it's not on top of my list. I've had
Why?
sugarfish. I wasn't wowed by it, and I think it's gonna be.
Sugarfish.
I think it's gonna be the same thing.
Not. It's only hand rolls.
Okay.
Did you like the hand roll at Sugarfish?
I don't remember what I got at Sugarfish.
Oh.
Yeah.
Supposed to have an opinion on KazuNori.
I don't know. I feel like it's not as great. I also don't only like spicy tuna rolls. I'll have a spicy salmon
You
roll.
you could get a spicy tuna hand roll, a spicy salmon hand roll, and then get another one
Okay.
of the tuna.
Well, we'll have to try it for this podcast.
I've given up.
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
should
eat
give up
it.
because I probably won't go.
I'm going this week. I went last week. I went with my mom 2 weeks ago. It's so good. So now that you know how this game works, I'm going to give Josh 5 places, and you're going to have to blind rank them too.
Let's do it.
So for those who don't know what blind ranking mean, I feel like we need to clarify. Josh doesn't know the 5, but I'm going to give him the name of one, and he has to rank it. He doesn't get all 5 names first.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought was going to be happening.
Mm-mm.
Okay, number 1, Oshaval,
5.
as in the worst.
Yeah.
2, El Cantonori,
4.
Corner Store,
2.
Industry Kitchen,
Ah,
or 3,
3.
Lilia.
1.
Okay,
Right.
that was such an incorrect ranking on your part.
And I'm thrilled though that Lilia does get number 1 because it is one of my favorite restaurants in the city. But I will give you the
Give Industry Kitchen number 3.
I will give you the true ranking. The true ranking is 25,000 is Industry Kitchen, the worst restaurant I've ever been to.
I agree.
I think number 4 in
That's
Il
not bad.
Cantonori. That's easy. That was one of the most lackluster Italian meals I've ever had in my life. Number 3, I'm gonna go au cheval. I really did enjoy it. I thought it was good, but some people really make it out to be like Fort Charles level good. It was good. Good burger. I like the mashed
It's
potatoes,
overrated.
but overrated.
Let's be honest.
Nothing special about it. Number 2, Corner Store,
No.
and number 1 will be Lilia. I do believe Lilia is my favorite restaurant in New York. Not the best restaurant
Is
in
it
New
better
York.
than Corner Store?
Yes, I thought Corner Store was good, but Corner Store should not be that hard to get into.
I agree.
And I don't like, and I still hold this against the Corner Store waiter. He forgot our fries,
Yeah.
and I still hold a grudge. Jillian might listen to this and be like, "You hold too many grudges," and other people might hear that too. But truth is I deducted a point for that on the surface anyways in my review, and I still think about that today. He was so friendly, so nice, but he did mess up our order.
Yeah, he did. And you want to know what? I let him get away with that because it's the corner store.
Yeah. And speaking of the corner store, Aresh is definitely high on both our lists.
It goes so bad.
I know. I don't know how we get in there. Well,
I don't. Snag.
Snag. Elliot, shout out to you and your app.
You made it possible.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about some collabs we're doing in the future with Snag, but Elliot's app has gotten us into quite a few places.
Yeah.
So we're going to be talking about them in the future. I don't want to give too much away right now, but we have some good reviews coming. Thank you, Elliot.
We do.
You want to know what? Let's do a really quick segment. I have an idea.
Yeah.
Since you mentioned that you hold a grudge against the corner store, are there any other grudges that come to mind for you? Because I feel like there are.
That's a great question. What restaurants do I hold grudges against?
I hold one against Opto, which a future episode is
We
going to be
will
a
discuss
review of
Opto. Yes. There are not really many that stand out
Wow.
at the moment.
This is really shocking. I thought you were going to be here. They wronged me.
No, because, for the most part, I've had really good service and experiences in New York.
Doesn't sound like it when you talk about it.
I know, because I find a way to complain about everything.
Yeah.
But in general, I always find if you're nice to wait staff, they'll be nice to you.
Meh.
Depends. Maybe not to you. You're very blunt though, so like that might rub them the wrong way.
Maybe.
Um,
Then at a tavern for saying we're at temporary
oh, I didn't like that. But
really rude.
the people didn't agree with you though on TikTok.
Yeah, I'm aware.
I don't know. I think for the most part, there's not a place that really stands out where I'm like, they did me dirty. I'll never go back. I think Industry Kitchen just stunk, so we won't go back there. But even our waitress who was working, like I don't even blame her. She was probably there not enough staff. They were understaffed. It was busy. She's probably overwhelmed, so I don't even blame her for how bad that experience was.
Okay.
I think that's
So
what
I don't know. Go on our socials and comment a grudge you have against a restaurant. 'Cause I would love to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, this is episode 18 for now. You can follow us on Instagram at ForkThisCityPod, on TikTok at ForkThisCity. You can find us on Amazon, Spotify, Apple Music, Fork This City. Give us a 5-star rating. That really helps us with reach and engagement. I'm your co-host, Josh Einbinder.
And I'm Gabby Martin. Thank you so much for bearing with us during our first
Yeah.
live recording. I think we could get really good bloopers videos.
Yeah, we could.
Because the camera keeps moving around like when we move and it's been going a little crazy.
Yeah.
But we hope you enjoyed our review of Danny and Coop's Slik and Foreigner Coffee. Let us know your thoughts in our socials. Peace out, motherforkers.